Hey folks, today's question is, what will happen to my estate plan, or how is my estate plan affected when the surviving spouse remarries? What does that mean, folks? Bill and Mary married, they have a simple will, and say Mary checks out. Mary dies first, Mary predeceases, okay? What will happen when husband Bill remarries? When husband Bill meets Betty the barmaid, the lead of what we call the casserole brigade. The casserole brigade is all the ladies on the cul-de-sac are courting the man, bringing their finest casseroles over of mac and cheese, meatloaf, lasagna, maybe even eggplant, and maybe even chicken palm. And they're bringing that over to Bill, and they're courting Bill. And what does the man do? Bill remarries. He remarries Betty. Betty the barmaid is what the kids, the stepchildren, her stepchildren would call her. And when Bill remarries, a lot of things happen by law. Now, Betty the barmaid becomes his legal heir at law, his legal spouse, and she has a lot of rights to the assets. When Bill died, Bill's will said his new beloved bride, Betty, got everything, 100%. And after Bill died, what did Betty do? Betty went into the attorney's office and she redid the will. And folks, who do you think Betty named as her beneficiaries? That is correct. Betty named her children as 100% beneficiaries of all. So what happened? End result was Bill's child, who was the contingent beneficiary in Bill's will, was disinherited. He got the goose egg, the bagel. He got nothing, sad to say. So when I do an after action report on that case, I don't think Bill ever fathomed in a million years that his beloved Betty would ever do such a thing. So folks, really, really important, especially second and subsequent marriages, to put a comprehensive trust-centered plan in place. Maybe ditch the stack of documents, okay? All right? Ditch the stack of documents and put together a more comprehensive trust-centered plan to slay what I call the third-headed monster, financial creditors and predators. It could be Betty the barmaid in this case here, or it could be even Bo the tennis pro, if Bo the tennis pro turned out to be a financial predator later in life as well. So whether it's a death or a divorce in the subsequent or second marriage, really, really important, folks, to have lockdown protective language in that trust-centered plan to make sure you protect your children from the first marriage, okay? Really, really important. And there's a whole host of other laws that come into effect when you remarry. There's a thing called Laws of Intestate. We'll take, for example, in Massachusetts, Laws of Intestate. What does that mean? It means you have the government plan. The government plan, folks, is when you die without a will, and it's called the Laws of Intestate. So let's take a look here at the Laws of Intestate in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So spouse and descendants from you and that spouse, and the spouse has descendants from another relationship. Spouse only inherits the first $100,000 plus half the balance, okay? First $100,000 plus half the balance, and then your children, the descendants, only get a half. That's dying without a will. And there's other unique provisions in the Laws of Intestate where your intended beneficiaries may not get what you intend them to get. So folks, long story short, and prudent advice is this: when you remarry, make sure you work with a qualified estate elder law attorney to make sure they update your estate plan. And if you want to protect your children, I would recommend forego that $500 will, because oftentimes it'll give you about $500 worth of protection, like the case I mentioned a moment ago. And in that case, the son, who was the backup contingent beneficiary, lost all. And it was a sizable estate. He lost a couple of pieces of real estate and some investment assets as well. And Betty's children got all. So that's a clear case where the unintended beneficiaries and the assets went outside the family bloodline. Folks, Patrick Kelleher coming to you from elderlawcare.com. If you like today's video, folks, please scroll down and post a comment or a question, and a member of our Elder Law Care team will follow up with you as soon as possible. And folks, always please like, subscribe, and share the YouTube video content with folks that you think could benefit from the information. Folks, thanks for joining us today at elderlawcare.com. We look forward to seeing you next time.